Hi, Roses. I'm Rosie, the psychic reader at the Psychic Ward, and roses are red. Violets are blue, but I'm actually reading the energy, not just riding the waves like some people do. If that's something you can connect to, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and watch the playlist. The playlist this week is called Expansion and Release, and this is going to be a reading for Cancer, piggybacking off of your energy, more specifically your faith, because they don't know how to believe. And I feel like that's so funny because the last reading somehow got really focused on belief. Let me just make sure that's what we're talking about here. Yeah. The last reading was for Gemini, or it's like right after the Gemini reading, if I'm putting them all in order. It got really focused on faith, and you have a lot of faith, even if it's just the size of a mustard seed. But now I'm getting like someone's trying to piggyback off of that little tiny bit of faith, like this little tiny bit of confidence. If somebody had to build up their self-esteem, it's just a tiny drop, and that's all you have to work with. And I feel like somebody's trying to steal it. Like, I want to be like her. It's so ridiculous. But that's the vibe here. You've got some confidence. You're building up your confidence. For this Cancer reading, and then you have silly here, foolish. Yeah. It's like, what? Like, all I did was brush my hair. And people are like, oh, you look so good. That's the vibe I'm getting. Or this could have happened to you in the past. Because that used to happen to me a lot. I don't know if that's like, it kind of exposes the fact that maybe you don't really put a lot into your look, so all you have to do is put some chapstick on and they're just like, wow, what did you do? Like, it's just a whole new you. But I feel like it's just a little tiny drop. Is maybe you don't realize just how much that is in comparison, because people are like, it's like Zendaya just walked into the room. Zendaya, I don't know if you're a fan of her, or as people say you look like her. You have righteousness here. Something about righteousness. The wrath of the righteous is coming up. You fighting this good fight. Sporting. You could be a sporty person. Yeah, that's what I'm getting with a broad-minded, broad shoulders. This could be someone who's like very athletic. You possibly don't really do much with your look. Like, that's what I'm getting. And as soon as you do one tiny little thing, but the last one was about faith, that is just it's gonna like explode. And we were talking about manifestation, so I feel like that's still relevant. You may want to check out that reading. It's the one right before this for day 4 of the playlist Expansion and Release. Okay, it's about creating an invoice for God. That's one we just did. It had, I don't think I put faith in the title, but faith is coming up. Was linking these two readings, that your faith is going to make this whole situation explode. Just believing a little tiny bit. You have Queen of Candles here. There's somebody that was in the way of you believing in yourself. They were so-called tying you to so-called reality. Like, but the things that they pay attention to is so low level. Like, do you hear that? That bird just chirped at you. How you feel about that? He had an attitude. I know you heard it. Like, that's how they think. Or, that guy was just driving. His wheels are really loud. He don't like you because his wheels are loud. Like, I just feel like whoever this is so low to the ground, and the things that they focus on, what they want to pull your attention to, is like, I can't get down that low. Like, I just cannot. My head is too big to be as low as you are. Let's move on. Because it's something really silly about this energy that they're expecting you to have such low self-esteem. And I feel like you went there at some point, or you tried to go there. Like, well, what happened if I don't believe? What if I did just focus on what everybody thinks about me and blah, blah, blah. And it's like they don't even have real concrete thoughts. That could have been something you had to learn. If you look at them, they turn into something else. This is real scientific. But the little things are big too. If this is making sense, it's like I'm kind of going all over the place because it's like quantum mechanics. When you look at a proton or one of those things, an eon or a neutron, electron, it turns into something else. Like it knows it's being watched. And that's how people are too. When you look at them, they're like, oh, hey, bestie. But as soon as you look away, they start talking smack about you. They can't stand you. They hope you die. But they love you the second you look at them. They're in love with you. And it just is like, we can't do nothing here. I can't be insecure around you. Period. I can't be insecure. So you have the soul here. And this is the Fool card. Clarifying the foolish. The foolishness is like, I'm over that. And I was also getting something like, is a doctor in kindergarten. This vibe was coming up. Someone who, oh, I'm so glad this is recording because it's getting so good. Like, this is someone who, yeah, like you got scrubs. And also there's something about the scrubs. When you're in a mental hospital, the doctors are wearing scrubs. The nurses are wearing scrubs. Nurses' assistants are wearing scrubs. The patients are wearing scrubs. The janitors are wearing scrubs. There's no way to really tell who's who, except for the fact that people who care about themselves are looking down with love on all the patients. The patients are looking down at the ground like, I'm a miserable piece of filth. That's the difference. People who care about others and people who care about themselves. That's the difference. And I feel like you just can't go back to that space of being boggled down, being ashamed, being lonely, being insecure, needing help from people, not focused on yourself like in a loving way and what you can do for other people and what makes you desirable. Let me move on. You have righteous here. But there's this definite vibe of someone who has a PhD, who is a doctor, but they're still in kindergarten. The people around them are like, look at my Tonka truck. How do you feel about my Tonka truck? And you can even be looking around at these people like is a slaughtered wasteland. Like nobody has their sense. Nobody has their mind. Nobody has their self-esteem intact. They're dead. Yeah, sporting here. Like you could be sporting the Holy Spirit at this point. You're sporting the love of God. That's what people see you as. They see you as God's child. They see you as someone who can potentially hold on. Pay attention. Jesus. All the way over there. Okay, y'all, I just had to pause like while everything I said came true. So somebody's definitely going to be receiving confirmation for this energy of letting go. And there's something about this energy that once you let it go, you're going to realize the reason why people wanted you to hold on to their energy is because you were going to take them to your promised land. They wanted you in their thoughts. They wanted themselves in your thoughts so that you could carry them to your promised land. But that's what I'm getting. Like, I'm just like, whoa. So that's what that was. If that's even this reading, because that could just be in this playlist, the energy in this playlist. But let's move on with this broad-mindedness. So yeah, your mind is definitely being expanded, and that is basically the energy of this playlist of releasing past qualms, things that people have done. And for them, it was like climbing at the top of the mountain and sticking their flag in your pole, and they thought that was all it took to conquer you. But that's not all it takes, because I feel like there's an avalanche coming, and you're just going to let go of that little tiny flag and that little tiny man, whoever it was that was trying to secure themselves to you. I feel like your mind is being brought in such a way that you really do see these entities as little children, well, our hopes and dreams, which is actually kind of sad, but it's not your fully grown adults. So that's the vibe here. Yeah, someone trying to piggyback off of your faith because they don't have the option or ability to believe. And then you have the hanged man. So someone was trying to crucify you. They wanted you to drive them home. I feel like something about putting the brakes on that, because yeah, it's not your job to die for this person. If they don't accept you, why the hell would they accept you? That's the energy that I'm getting. If that's something you're resonating with, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you now.